You with pattern-woven flowers, immortal Aphrodite, child of Zeus, weaver of wiles, I implore you, do not devastate with aches and sorrows, mistress my heart. But come here, if ever in any other time, hearing my voice from afar, you heeded me, and leaving the palace of your father, golden you came, having harnessed a chariot, and you were carried along by beautiful, swift sparrows over the dark earth, swirling with their dense plumage from the sky through the mists of the ether, and straightway they arrived. But you, O Holy One, smiling with your immortal looks, kept asking, what is it once again this time, Deote, that has happened to me, and for what reason, once again this time, Deote, do I invoke you? And what is it that I want more than anything to happen to my frenzied heart? Whom am I once again this time, Deote, to persuade, setting out to bring her to your love? Who is doing you, Sappho, wrong? For if she is fleeing now, soon she will give chase. If she is not taking gifts, soon she will be giving them. If she does not love, soon she will love, even against her will. Come to me even now, and free me from harsh anxieties, and however many things my heart yearns to get done, you do for me. You become my ally in war. So Greg, where should we start? What should we focus on in this passage? It's so beautiful. Where should we even begin?
Do you mind if we start with something very special? And that has to do with line 17, where we hear, what is it that I want more than anything to happen to my frenzied heart? So those words enclosed within lines 17 and 18, I want to focus on what I translate as my frenzied heart. In the ancient Greek, the word that I translate with heart is Thūmos, Thumos. And I once put down in writing, and I really meant it, somebody should write a research paper on the heart of Sappho. And I say that because Thūmos is a word that conveys the seat of emotions, so we might say heart, or the seat of thinking powers, and then we would say mind. And really it's hard to figure out when you're translating Homeric poetry or Sappho's poetry, when you say what. Thūmos in some situations is better translated as heart, in other situations is better translated as mind. But if you really put a gun to my head, I would say that in this kind of poetry, let's say Homeric poetry, it's mind, 50% of the time, and heart 50% of the time. And I'd say that works for Sappho too. In the case of English, however, think how heart is really not appropriate for thinking. And I like to ask students, can you think of an expression in English where you use the word heart and you're not thinking of the world of emotions, but you're thinking of the world of the mind? And one of the only examples I can come up with is when you say things like, I learned it by heart. The reason I bring this up is that it turns out that what I translate here in line 18 as frenzied, in the expression frenzied heart, is Mainolās, and in other forms of Greek it would be Mainolās. And that means not just frenzied, but possessed by Dionysus, the god Dionysus. And so I was so happy when I found a vase painting that shows Dionysus on one side, he's on the left, and a maenad, M-A-E-N-A-D, that is to say a woman possessed by Dionysus on the right. And they're facing each other, and she seems, I'm going to use literary critical terms, penetrated by the gaze of Dionysus, and she is coming under the influence, and her hair is starting to come loose. And the reason I mentioned this vase painting is you walk around to the other side of the vase, and what's on the other side of the vase? Where the maenad is staying on one side, Sappho is staying on the other side. And Sappho is having her own face down with a superstar male singer who is labeled as Alcaeus, and she is labeled as Sappho. So in this article called Did Sappho and Alcaeus Ever Meet? I make the point that when we see something like this expression, my frenzied heart, it is the kind of thing that vase painters can capture by how they paint Sappho. And you see Sappho in this particular vase painting, which is now in a museum in Munich. You see her with her hair just starting to come undone, and you don't know what's going to happen. And similarly, on the other side of the vase, you see the painting of a maenad with her hair just starting to come undone. All this to show that everything in this beautiful song is an invitation to think about hundreds of other situations. And I think for now, this is simply part one of several parts of analysis. So you started with asking me about just the first thing that comes to my mind. That's the first thing that came to my mind when we were looking at it this time. But ask me again.